right, boys and girls, real quick, you want to pick either the cupcake or the robot, and you want to color it first. If you don't color it first, then it's going to be a problem later. All right, so you color which one you want, and then you're going to fold it in half like this, and you want to cut on the line to make your card. All right, I do want to get rid of the holes on my card, so I'm going to fold this in half like I would a card. And I'm going to cut that part off. All right, so now I have a card that I can decorate. And make light up. All right, so you want to use pencil, not marker like me, because the marker will bleed through and it will look like this where you can see the bleeding through. But so you can see it on video, I'm going to use a marker. The very, very, very first thing you need to do if you're doing the robot is to poke a hole. I would not use your light that I gave you. Those little metal things will pop off pretty easily. You want to be gentle with those. So I'm going to poke a hole. I'm using a paper clip in my card. Okay, so that way I know that's where my light's going to be. Now I need to draw where I'm going to have, and again, don't use marker, use pencil. So you're going to draw a line out this way, a line down. Now don't go all the way to the edge of the card. And you're going to now, here's where you have to actually fold your card, fold the corner of the card up. And you're going to have to find out where did this end. And when you fold it, you're going to have to keep going up with the same line. You want it lined up with the line that's under here. Okay? And now I'm going to go over to my light. All right, so right here is where your battery is going to go. If you have a battery, you do not want to tape your battery down where it's close to the conducting tape, okay? So that's one thing that you're going to have to make sure you're not doing. All right, so now that I have my lines, I'm going to put down the conducting tape. You do not want to crinkle it as much as possible. So I don't want to go over where my light is and touch the other side, but I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go to the side and peel off the back. If I want to go down that way, I'm going to fold the tape this way. And I'm not going to peel all of it off. And then I'm going to put my little finger here and try to bend it back this way. Now, if it rips and comes off, that's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. Now, notice I go almost to that very crease there, okay? If it does rip, you want to make sure that you put the piece that you're attaching overlapping the one where it ripped. You don't want to have a space in between. Now I'm going to go do the other side. Remember, you don't want the conducting tape where the light is to touch each one of those. You don't want them to touch. I want to go this way with my tape. So I'm going to bend the tape back first in the opposite direction, and now I'm going to bend the tape this way. I'm getting a little wrinkly there, so try to not. And now I want to go this way, so I'm going to bend the tape back this way. I bent it back, and now I'm going to fold it over on itself and go all the way to the end of the card. All right. So once you have your conducting tape down, you're going to make sure that when you put your battery on, do not put the battery where it touches both this and that. You want the battery to only touch this conducting tape. So I'm going to put my battery right here. I'm going to make sure when I fold it that this conducting tape will touch the top part. Okay? If your conducting tape is too far over and it doesn't land on the top of the battery, it won't work. So make sure that this part, when you fold it, touches the top part of your battery. Now the top part of your battery needs to be the positive side. It has a plus sign. And then you need to tape it down. The important thing is not to put tape all over it. I'm just going to put tape just a little bit at the tippy top. Okay? Because if you put tape over where this conductor tape touches, it won't go through. The conductor tape will not touch the battery, and it needs to actually touch the battery, not the tape, so it can actually have the electricity running through it. All right, so now I have my light and my battery. Actually, I need to get a light. And your light has two metal wires coming out, right? So the long metal wire has to touch the top part of the battery. So if I just slide it on here to test it, the long wire needs to be on the top and the short wire needs to be on the bottom. Now, when I'm actually pushing it through, so I'm going to put my light through my heart, and then you want to make sure the long one gets taped down to this side. The long one is taped to that side. So I'm going to tape that down. Now it's taped onto the conducting tape and it travels all the way to here. Well, once I put this over top of it, that wire will be touching the top positive side. Now the short wire, you want it to be on this side, because this one travels along this conductor tape and goes under your battery and touches the negative side. So the short side, you want to touch the negative. Now, if I touch it together, it should light up. So I'm going to lift this up gently because the little metal things fall off. So again, remember to color your thing first, and oops, the battery. Now, if it doesn't light up, you might have had your wires switched. You might have your conducting tape is not together somewhere. Maybe there's a part that's separated. You might have too much tape covering your battery. You might not have enough conductor tape underneath your battery. You just have to keep trying and piddling with it until it actually works. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to draw the lines on the cupcake part. Remember, the first thing you want to do is cut off the circle edges. So I'm going to do that. The second thing before you even draw is to put a hole where you're going through the paper where you're going to put your light. So I'm going to put it where the fire is on my candle. Okay. So now I know my light is going to be right here. That's my light. Okay. So I'm going to this one I can just draw straight down. And then I want to draw like a backwards L. So here we go. Now you have to fold your corner. And I can see my line underneath here goes right here and it starts. So I'm going to make sure those line up. I'm going to go up and I'm going to go over to my light. So now I'm ready to put my tape down. Remember, you do not want this tape to touch this tape. All right. So again, I'm going to peel the back of this off. You don't want to peel the whole thing off because it'll curl up and get wrinkly. You do not want this part to start touching the part that's on this side. So you want a little space between where your light is. Now I want to go down, so I'm going to go up with my tape first and then bend it down. But let's just pretend like I accidentally ripped it. Okay, so, oh no, I made a mistake, I ripped it. It's not the end of the world. You could peel that up because it's not that much and start over, or you could actually just make sure that you're touching this tape over top of that one, so the conductor tape is touching. I'm going to go all the way down until I get to the fold. Again, you don't want to get close to the other line. All right, I'm going to start here. And I want to go up, so I'm going to bend it backwards or down, and then I'm going to bend it back up and finish going all the way up to, oops, where my light would be. Remember, do not touch all the way to the light. You want to leave a little bit of space. Okay? Then you want to make sure you put your battery on. The negative side, which has, it's like a little bumpy area, that's going to go here. Do not let it touch this conductor tape here. You only want it to be on that conductor tape. I'm going to take my clear tape, and remember, I don't want to put tape on the whole entire thing, just a little bit. I can cut this off right here. All right, so then I'm going to get my light. Let's see, I want it to light up like a flame. We'll do a yellow. All right, so I'm going to put my light through. Remember, you have two wires. The long wire is the positive, the shorter is the negative. So we're going to put it through here. And I want the negative, which is the short one, to go this way. And I want the long positive to go this way. All right. Okay, and so now I need to tape those down so they continually touch it. Long, short, negative. Get that extra tape off. All right, I'm going to bend this up. It's sticking up just a little bit, gently and slowly, because you don't want those little wires to pop off. If they do come off and you need more lights, you can always stop by and get some. And so when I touch this positive side to the positive side of the battery, then the negative goes to the negative side, it lights it up. I have a circuit going. There you go. Good luck. I can also help you when you come next week for testing. Just bring your supplies, and if you ran out, I have some more if you need some.